King was a leftist communist. He'd likely be against Iranian people if it were him at that time. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because, listen, you guys, no, I did not change the title. This is what it was. This is what it was. No. But my thing is this, okay? You, if anybody looks back at Dr. Martin Luther King's associates, the people that he rolled with, his posse, his people, I don't know. I don't know that he would be on the right side. And when I say the right side, you guys know which side I'm talking about. I'm talking about the right side. He was a Republican, but then he was also here. Let me say something, okay? Because what I don't want to do is just be too vague. I want to give you guys names. Hold on. Let's see. And let's see. Friends of MLK Jr. Let's see where we are here. Okay. So I don't know how bad this goes, but here. There was a gentleman named Stanley Levison. Stanley Levison, right? And he says release files showed that he was very communist. See, I need my glasses because I can't. Where are my glasses? Where are they? Think, Amira, think, Amira, think. Oh, I think last time I saw them, they were in a black bag. I mean, an African American bag. You guys know what I'm talking about. Black bag, African American bag. Okay, don't sue me. Okay, all right. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, mother. Oh, mother. Oh, mother. Help me, mother. Okay, here we go. Shut up, Siri. Shut up. Okay. All right, here we go. Because I'm not going to let you guys. I'm going to. Have you ever. Wait. Let me be able to read it first. Hold on. Wait. Do not make any comments yet. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Rachel's African American man. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so tickled by that. You guys have no idea how much that tickles me and how much it deals my pickle. Okay. All right. Has everyone read the secret FBI tapes on MLK? No, I haven't. You would think I would before this stream, but I didn't. I didn't get a chance to. I was rather busy, but I did have all the intention. So hold on. So here we go. Oh, Old Blindy said, hold on. Of course, he could change his ideology in the last several decades. He would alt-right by today's standards. He would be alt-right by today's standards. Okay, hold on. So Dr. Martin Luther King's closest associate that was an outright communist was Stanley Levison. And this guy was a Jewish attorney and businessman who became MLK's trusted advisor for fundraising. Hold on. And that was because of an FBI. Okay, so Director J. Edgar Hoover, the lead FBI director at that time. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I'm sorry. But anyway, they launched an intense surveillance on MLK, and some people are saying that because of that investigation launched by J. Edgar Hoover, that from that investigation, MLK was labeled a communist. So hold on. And then we have Bayard Rustin, who is the person who introduced Dr. Martin Luther King to Levison, to the Stanley guy, the one I first talked about. So, and they also had Marxist leanings, okay? So apparently, the Kennedy administration during that time was telling Dr. Martin Luther King, hey, listen, if you want the people to like you, you need to stop hanging out with those guys. You need to stop hanging out with those communist guys if you want the people to like you. That's what the Kennedy administration supposedly said to Dr. Martin Luther King, that they were trying to pressure him to distance himself from the Marxists and the communist people. But Dr. Martin Luther King, he didn't want to be distanced from them. He liked them. He liked them. And listen, they're not likable people, okay? They're not likable people. So for Dr. Martin Luther King to sit there and still go against what the people wanted from him and to still be affiliated with those communist people and Marxist people, to me, that says something, because Dr. Martin Luther King, if anything, he cared about his image. He loved his image. But everybody knows that behind the scenes, oh, Dr. Martin Luther King was dirty. That man was dirty. He wasn't just dirty. So apparently, okay, going on a different tangent, Dr. Martin Luther King, on the outside, he was this preacher, he was this respectable gentleman, but on the darker side, apparently he was out there cheating on his wife, banging his supporters, hanging out with the communists, and just being outright an unsavory person. Another person, Jack Odell. Jack Odell, which was a SCLC employee. Dr. Martin Luther King ended up firing that guy, Jack Odell, because of Kennedy. Kennedy told him, hey, like I told you, remember he was telling him, stay away from the communists, stay away from the Marxists if you want to be liked. So because of because of President Kennedy's advice, he ended up firing Jack Odell, who was also another Marxist. But he did ultimately deny being a communist. Now, my question to you guys is this. I want to ask you guys, I'm reading your guys' comments now. It says the Black communist movement in the 1950s spawned groups like the Black Panthers and the Nation of Islam and the Black Hebrew Israelites. All of them were preceded by King's associates. He was playing. He was playing. Somebody said, I've read that he was a cheater. Oh, no, not just read, okay? There were women coming out talking about how they were Dr. Martin Luther King's girlfriends. Women out there coming out saying, no, that's my boyfriend. We go together. We go together. You go together with a married man, but they go together. It's not a joke. And no matter, listen, everybody has a bad side, right? Everybody has a bad side. I'm not even going to try to act like nobody doesn't, but there's certain things that you just don't do when you are supposed to be a person of good character. If you're a person who cares so much about your image, there's certain things that you just don't do. And he did all the things that he wasn't supposed to do. He did it all. I mean, the only thing that I haven't heard is that he was up all night doing coke with a few people in Hollywood. That's the only thing that's the only thing I haven't heard. I haven't heard about him having fun at Diddy parties. I'm sorry guys, I'm adjusting. Because I feel like, yeah, I just like, I like to be in my darkness. I like to be in my mode, and I'm in my zone. Oh, why do I keep taking these off? I need them to read, but I keep taking them off because I hate how I look in glasses. I hate how I look in glasses, okay? I feel like I look stupid, okay? And also, another thing is that the glare that you guys see, I don't want you guys to see glare. I don't want you guys to be looking at, that's why I'm trying to take them off, but I need them. He says why he wasn't publicly in support of it, but recordings showed that he wasn't a nice guy. Tito says, Amira, first he would start crying and yelling at African Americans. I think he would push for freedom in Iran. He would not support illegal immigrants because it leads to poverty for Americans. But, wait, Tito. Isn't Dr. Martin Luther King the one who said, I have a dream that we can all be together and it doesn't matter what your race, color, creed, or whatever it is? Don't you think that he would have extended that message to illegal immigrants? Don't you think that he would have extended that message in today's climate? If Dr. Martin Luther King was here today, don't you think that he would have extended that message to, you know what I'm saying? Because the reason I say that is because Dr. Martin Luther King, he enjoyed having the image of, how can I say, he enjoyed being seen as the word of wisdom. You know what I mean? He liked that. So if he were alive today and he said that same message of, I have a dream that everybody can be kumbaya, holding hands, black, white, Asian, green, blue, yellow, and other, that we can all do this and everybody can just get judged by the character and not the color of their skin. Listen, I really do think he would be on some bull crap with the illegal immigration stuff too. I do. I really do. And another reason why is because I know that a lot of people who were into that Marxism stuff, that stuff is running deep right now in the left. All that Marxist crap runs deep in the left. They love it. So do you think that you're going to tell me that a guy like Dr. Martin Luther King, who hung out with Marxists and communists, even when Kennedy told him it would behoove you to get rid of them, do you think that that man who still preferred to hang out with all those Marxists and communists, knowing that it was better for him to not, that he would just see the leftist agenda today and say, you know what? I'm not going to join the Marxists. I'm not going to join the communists. I'm going to stay over here and I'm going to be on the right and I'm going to tell those illegal immigrants they need to stay where they need to be. I don't think so. I don't. I really don't. And here we are celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Day. What are we celebrating? Because I believe that the dream that Dr. Martin Luther King supposedly had, that's not what's happening today. I don't think that, well, actually, you know what? I don't know. Would he be happy with how things are today? He might even enjoy it. Because, and the reason I say that is because, hold on, I'm really thinking that in his mind, he was saying that he wanted equality and he wanted blacks and whites to walk together hand in hand. But if he were alive today and he saw how black people in the media today, and this is like commercials and so on, like every commercial has to have a black person in the commercial. Every movie has to have a token black person and a token and a token gay. Every scene has to have a token this and a token that. I don't think that Dr. Martin Luther King wouldn't have been against that. I think he would have liked it. I think he would, in fact, have enjoyed it. But certainly he wouldn't like the other aspects that are going on, the criminality and so on. I'm sure he wouldn't like that. But as for the other stuff, come on now. And my thing is, what the hell was a Republican back then? What was a Republican back then? Because if Dr. Martin Luther King was a Republican, what's the difference between the current Republican Party and the Republican Party of Dr. King's age? What's the difference? That's what I want to know. Hmm. Wasn't he also a wife beater? Yakub, hey, listen, Yakub, what we're not going to do is we're not going to insult t-shirts, okay? We're not going to insult my favorite kind of t-shirts. We're not going to do that. Wife beaters are here to stay. They'll never go away. But even if he were, didn't everybody beat their wife back then? Don't first of all, don't judge him, because don't do that. Don't do that. What we're not going to do is make it seem like, beating your wife makes you a bad man. I'm not saying it. All right. MLK. I have a dream today that that black A's and white A's, and especially Arab A's, would come together under my sheets so that my milky children can say, thank God for procreation. We are free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are milky at last. Thank God Almighty for milk. Oh gosh, that sounds so horrible. Stuck for the law, stuck for the law, stuck for the law. Oh my God, I'm going to hell. All right, listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You guys did it. I didn't do it. You guys did it. Says everything shifted around. Not really though, Suka, my Nuka. That's that. No. Okay, Suka. It's about time that you changed your profile picture. Good, because I didn't want to have to put you in a naughty corner so early in the game. But if I have to, I will treat you just like the Seattle Seahawks did the 49ers. I will do it to you. I will do it to you like the Seahawks did the 49ers. Yep, I'll do it to you. I'll do it to you. Or like the Rams did the Bears. I mean, however you want to go, I can take it there. I'm just saying. But thank you, Nuka. But I don't think that everything shifted around. I don't think that everything shifted around. I just don't. I don't. Because the Republican Party still says equality. The Republican Party still says we want people to be equal, but we are not for anybody pandering to anybody else. We're not for pandering to minorities. That's what the Republican Party is saying today. We want equality, but we're not for pandering to any minorities. We're not for pandering to women, to illegals, to Black, Latino, Arab, Somali. Oh, hot tamale, it's a Somali. We're not going to pander to nobody. Nobody. That's how we feel. So, do I think that Dr. Martin Luther King would support our message of, yeah, we want equality, but we're not going to be pandering to you? I don't know. Another thing, isn't it true that Dr. Martin Luther King, okay, did he support Israel? Didn't he support Israel? Didn't he? From what I think, I believe that he was a supporter of Israel. Think about, where would he stand on the Israel-Palestine issue? Would he stand outside and be like, free Palestine? Or would he say, you know what, let's stay out of it? What would Dr. Martin Luther King say? Albert Hi, Albert. He says MLK would have supported the illegals and the riots if the price was right. Oh, oh, that is something I didn't think. Okay, okay, you guys know, some people, for a little bit of change, they'll do something a little bit strange. And I think Dr. Martin Luther King was one of those types of people. I do. I do think that he could be bought and paid for. Listen, a guy who is willing to trade his morals. Hey, listen, if the price is right, you got a good point, Albert. That is such a good point. Yes. Yes. He says, this might put me in a naughty corner, but do you know what haters call MLK Day? No, I don't. I won't put you in a naughty corner for informing me. If you inform me, I won't put you in a naughty corner. He says, Thomas, I know what my dad calls it, but I can't type it out without getting removed, though. Samael, come to the front of the class. Come to the front of the class. Come and talk to me.
What?
You-
Well, I don't know if I can say it out loud without getting your channel flagged
See,
either, but
he
he
still
calls
doesn't know
it
how to work
Bad New
technology.
Day.
This is too much technology for him. He doesn't know what he's doing.
What are you talking about?
Figure
What do you mean?
out your microphone. See, that's your problem.
Is it not
And
working?
Samael, you failed. Failed. Go sit down. Go sit down. What do you mean, hot secretary Amira? Stop. I don't feel pretty. He says, I believe he would support Israel. I do too. That's my thing. I do too. Says Minneapolis is turning into Bleeding Kansas 2.0 or 3.0, however you see things. Listen, Minneapolis, it's about time that Minneapolis bleeds. You guys know that? Minneapolis has been a tick sucking on the lives and the monies of good, hard-working people. And it's about time that somebody puts a flame to that tick's ass. That's exactly what's happening in Minneapolis. The whole area, Minnesota as a whole, needs to be completely, I mean, there needs to be fire. They need to, what is it called? Not sterilize, but when you clean everything up. Yeah, sterilize it. I guess you could say sterilize it. They need to clean it. It's been a fat tick just sucking the life out of the people who live there for decades at this point. It's about time that Minneapolis bleeds. Samael, did you get it together? Did you get it together
Can
yet?
you hear me? Can you hear me? No? Can't hear me?
Mm,
Shit.
I guess not. See, that's all right. Well, anyway, but so okay, we have today, I want to talk about it. So what I'll do is I will open up the emails because Larry did tell me that he made a list today about some stuff. So I'll see if he added any of the MLK stuff in here for me. Hold on. I'm opening the thing. Ooh, hot tamale. It's a somale. Oh my God, Somalis are getting it. Listen, the whole Somali community as a whole, they're all getting it. Like, listen, every race in America has their day that they are the hated ones. Every single race in America gets it. Every race in America gets it. This is why I hate when certain groups, mostly blacks. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But I hate it when mostly blacks say, "Oh, everybody always hate us, always hate us." No, everybody gets a little bit of it. Everybody. You know that, right? Everybody has their time. And right now, it's Somali's turn. Just like 2 months ago, it was India. India was getting it, and they still are getting it, but they're getting it a little bit less now. Early 2000s, my people were getting it. It was the Arabs getting all the hate. We got all the hate. Before that, it was the Mexicans, and then the Mexicans come back again and they get hate some more. I mean, every single group gets it. And right now, it's the Somalis. Oh, really? Okay, Samaya, hold on, wait. Try it again. Come back. Hold on. Wait. Do I have my thing down? Oh, oh, it's me. It was
Okay.
me. Sorry, Samael. Oh my god! And here I am. Look, guys, I'm all insulting Samael about technology, and it was me. It was. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm the one who. Okay, I failed. I failed. I accept my L.
I'm
All right, go
backstage
ahead.
scrambling to figure out what the hell's going on with my microphone, and as it turns out, it wasn't even me. So,
Oh my god. Well, if it wasn't for the chat, I would never know. At least the chat was like, you were. We could hear you fine. Oh my god.
right.
Okay, so what is it that they call MLK Day?
My dad. So the first thing you gotta understand is my dad's a racist from the 50s.
Listen, I don't need a prelude, a trigger warning. Just give it to me. Hurry up.
He calls it that nigger day.
So what is it? But is that the term that everybody calls it, or what
No,
is the one that
that's just what my dad calls it. He has a problem with it because it's right around his birthday.
you want to go to the naughty corner, Yakub? You want to go? You can go. Oh no.
So
So no no no
it's-
no no wait. So the wait, I think it was who was it who said it was called something else? I
yeah, I'm not
think
sure
it,
what he's referring to.
wait. I want to
Oh,
know.
he's got it down at the bottom there. James Earl Ray Day.
James Earl Ray Day. Who's James Earl Ray again?
I don't recall off the top of my head. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, James Earl Ray was a it's American, a fugitive who was convicted of the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. And that's right, I forgot. Yeah, he's the guy who killed him.
Oh, 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 that's not nice. Oh,
Yeah,
that's not nice. Oh, 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 it was worse than I thought.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
it
way
was
worse than what my dad calls it.
that's a lot worse than what your dad calls it. Oh my god. James Earl Ray Day. Oh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. That's just evil. That's cruel. That is so cruel. Oh man. That's listen, it takes a little bit to get me to feel bad for people, but I feel bad when it's not
Yeah, I mean, like whatever you think about the guy, like I'm not a huge fan of MLK myself, because I do believe that he was a communist and all that. I don't care that he was black, but I do believe that he was a communist. But that's like it's like calling, like, what was it, October 10th, Cook Day or whatever his name was. Not Cook, not Cook. I can't remember the name of the kid who shot Charlie Kirk, but yeah, naming it after him,
Oh, I see. I see what
right?
you're saying. Yeah. No. I mean, that's just wrong. I mean, oh, okay. Well, you know what? It is what it is. Punyeti. It is what it is. All right. Well, thank you guys for enlightening me and making sure that I'm not ignorant to how people really feel. All right, here we go. So I want to pull up a little bit of a Martin Luther King weekly for us. Now, oh my God. So last week I did talk to you guys about the Clintons. You guys remember what I was talking about? How I want to move to Arkansas? I do. I do. And listen, if my husband doesn't want to move, that's fine. You know what? I will get a little hut in the middle of nowhere for myself. And when I want to have my own time, I'm going to run off to Arkansas. But I really want to live in Arkansas. So it is what it is. But anyway, Arkansas. The Clintons are apparently having a little bit more issues with the Congress. And we can talk about that in a bit too. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was hold on. There is something going on with Don Lemon. Okay, Don Lemon. Actually, you know what? I think I want to talk about that first because that's kind of like LGBTQIA plus pedos and everything's sick, isn't it? Isn't it? Don't you guys think that Don Lemon is LGBTQIA plus pedos plus everything sick news? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do too. Yeah. Oh, Mr. American Patriot says, I lived in Arkansas for 15 years. I liked it. You know what? Don't make me jealous. I want to live in Arkansas. I don't care what anybody. I want to be an Ozark. I want to be an Ozark. I want to. That's where I want to live. Oh my god, stupid, stupid glasses. All right, here we go. Don Lemon. So yesterday in Don Lemon and a group of anti-immigration, anti-ICE protesters from the Racial Justice Network, well, they stormed into a St. Paul, Minnesota-based church. Okay, what is Don Lemon doing? Going out in the streets and storming into churches. Okay, but he did it. He did it. Don Lemon and his sweet self was with a whole group called the Racial Justice Network. They stormed into a St. Paul, Minnesota based church to disrupt the service and to confront Pastor David Eastwood. If you guys don't know who David Eastwood is, he's a person that they believe has ties to ICE or immigration and blah, 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 whatever, Homeland Security. Now, reports revealed that there is indeed a man named David Eastwood listed as an ICE employee. But neither Lemon, his sweet self, neither Don Fruitcake Lemon, or the protesters knew for sure if that David Eastwood was the same David Eastwood that works in ICE. So they went out there to go attack a pastor that they weren't even sure is the same David Eastwood, because David Eastwood, mind you, is not that uncommon of a name. I mean, Eastwood is a fairly common last name, Eastwood, and having someone named David is not uncommon neither. So, anyway, they went and stormed this church, not even knowing if it's the same person. But here we go. Here's the article. It says, the protesters shouted their recycled slogans heard at several of their other protests, okay? And they invoked Renee Good's name as the moral crutch for their illegal activity. Because now Renee Good is a new George Floyd, or as we like to call her, George Floyd. But anyway, so now Renee Good is the new George Floyd. So they invoked Renee Good's holy name as the moral crutch for their illegal activity. Others slandered the pastor for misrepresenting the ideals of his faith through his support for ICE, basically calling him a bad Christian for supporting ICE. For supporting immigration, you are a bad Christian. You can't be a real Christian if you believe that illegals should not live in your country. Makes you a bad Christian. So that happened. And another example came in the form of Nikema Levy Armstrong. This is a person who spoke with Don Lemon as he videotaped the disruption. Now, here's what Don Lemon said, and I quote, this cannot be a house of God while harboring someone directing ICE agents to wreak havoc on our community. I am a reverend on top of being a lawyer and an activist. So I come here in the power of the Almighty God. End quote. That was an actual quote. That's somebody trying to speak as if they are the right hand of God, telling people in the church that you can't actually have a church if you support ICE. Here's this pastor must have forgotten the Bible passages that tell Christians to, quote, obey the laws of the land. That is in the Bible. Obey the laws of the land. So I guess you're calling this man a bad Christian for for supporting ICE, and not supporting illegals, but you are not admonishing the illegals and telling them, hey, the Bible says obey the laws of the land. If you're a good Christian, you would follow what the Bible says. So another passage in the Bible says that things must be done decently and in the order of the church. So, how is it that you believe that jumping borders illegally, crossing state lines, country lines, what have you, living a lie under, false names, false social security numbers, and so on, how is that living decently? Okay. Pastor Eastwood was not at the church at the moment, but the lead pastor named Jonathan Parnell was. And he called the disruption, quote unquote, shameful. And he demanded that the protesters and their lemonhead who attempted to interview Parnell to leave. He said, if you're not participating in today's service, you need to leave. We are conducting church here. We're having church. If you want to stay, you can stay. But if you're going to disrupt, you need to go. Hey, that is a fair thing. That is what a real Christian would say. Because he didn't outright say, get the F out of my church. He said, if you are wanting to participate in our service, you can stay. So the Department of Justice is investigating the incident for possible civil rights violations. And for interfering with Christian worshipers, because thank God Almighty that in this country, we do still have laws that protect Christians and their worship services. You would not see this. I'm telling you right now. You would not see this happening at a mosque. You would not see this happening at a Muslim mosque, that Don Lemon would just kick down the door and start yelling at people that they're not holy. You wouldn't see it there. You wouldn't see it at a synagogue. You wouldn't see it at a Sikh temple. You wouldn't see it at a Buddhist temple. But it is so common today to not give a flying fook what Christians are doing. People have no respect for the Christian church. They just go in there shitting all over the place, and they have no respect for the Christian church. They have no care for Christians. And I'm like, you wouldn't do that to no one else. You wouldn't do that to any other religion, but you do that to Christians. I say Christians, here, you guys need to start acting up a little bit. Start showing them you're going to respect the house of the Lord. You're not going to come in here with your fruitcake, Don Lemon, and come here pointing fingers at who's holy and who's not, when you're the one who's pushing fudge at night. You're the one who's bending over and opening wide at night. You have no right to tell anybody who's right and who's wrong in the house of the Lord. Sit down and be quiet. You might learn something. But anyway, moving on. So after the incident, Don Lemon, our neighborhood fruitcake, he went on a podcast and he said that he wasn't a fan of the pastor he harassed with his microphone, claiming that Pastor Parnell did not handle the situation like a good Christian would, even though he understood why Parnell was upset that Don Lemon and the protesters disrupted the service. Oh, he didn't handle things like a good Christian would. Oh, you good Christians out there, I know you guys exist because a lot of you guys are here on my channel right now. You guys know that, right? You guys are here right now talking to me, and I know you guys exist. You good Christians out there, you guys need to show. You need to show Don Lemon how good Christian boys handle stuff. You guys need to do it. I'm telling you, you guys need to leave the turn the other cheek stuff for peace times. When you guys are in times of war and times of disrespect to the house of the Lord, you guys need to handle business like proper Christian boys would. Just from what I know, Christians aren't like that. They don't just stand there and tolerate disrespect. Something should be handled. But anyway, here is what Don Lemon said. He said like this, and I quote, Now, what I would have done, Jen, is I would have said, no, we live in a country where we welcome dissent. We welcome the right to peacefully assemble. We welcome that. And so we may not like it because it is uncomfortable, but that is what this protest is about, discomfort. So, since you're here, please calm down and let's try to talk. What would you like us to do? No, fuck all that. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I don't mean to curse. I don't mean to curse. But get the oh my god, get out of here. Who he said, "Oh, I would have said, since you're here, please calm down. Let's try to talk. What would you like us to do?" No, you don't no. Okay, no. They are conducting church. They are having church. And you bust in the door, pointing your little fingers, and we don't know where those fingers have been. You know he's a fruitcake. We don't know where the hell those fingers have been. But he comes in pointing fingers, yelling, and disrupting the church. And yet you want the church to bend down on one knee and say, "Oh, what would you like us to do?" No, no. That's not what you get. You don't get that kind of treatment when you come with disrespect. I can't believe. Yeah, of course he will want some bull crap like that. Of course you'll want some sympathy like that. No. No. Anyway, Don Lemon also said, and I quote, "But I think if you're going to be a representative of the Lord and of God, then perhaps you should conduct yourself as such." President Trump joined in on several demands for arrest and a 40-year conviction of Don Lemon and all involved, including the likes of rapper and artist Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj even came out and said this about Don Lemon. Don Lemon, Don cocksucking Lemon is disgusting. That is Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. Look, Nicki Minaj is the one who doesn't even know how to really speak English good. And she's intelligent. She's actually intelligent, but she's the one who's like, and she came out. Nicki freaking Minaj, okay? The one who has the butt injections that it's like a table. You can sit a glass of wine and on the butt. Nicki Minaj, she came out and said, and I quote, "Don cocksucking Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up." Nicki Minaj. You know what? There just might be some saviors. There might be some saving. She sounds like a baddie, doesn't she? She sounds like a baddie. Nicki Minaj, I'm telling you, out of all of the stripper girls, out of all of the big booty, all the out of all of the big booty bitches, whatever. Out of all of those girls, Nicki Minaj has proven herself to be the one who actually has a little bit of common sense. She has. Time and time again, she has proven that she does have a little bit of brain. She has some brain cells up there. Now, Cardi B, no, she's a lost cause. But Nicki Minaj, yes. Nicki Minaj, she is saying the truth that this would never happen to any other religion. It would never happen. Nobody else's sermons are interrupted more than Christian sermons. Nobody else's day of gathering is interrupted more than Christians' day of gathering. You guys know that, right? Nobody's. Nobody stomps, throws mud, walks in with dirty shoes, walks in with no care. Nobody does that to other religious establishments. Nobody does that. But to Christians, oh, they don't care. They don't care. Nobody respects Christianity anymore. But hey, yeah, exactly. Finally, a black woman with common sense. She's always been like this, Yakub. I've never really seen Nicki Minaj be on the leftist type of talk. She's never been that way. But anyway, here's the last thing on the subject. In case the federales need help identifying the people that stormed that church along with Lemonhead, they need to look no further than the pastor, lawyer, and activist himself, Nikema Levy Armstrong, who, I'm sorry, I think that's a woman. Sorry, Nikema is a woman who, and what she said is her God given wisdom. She was smart enough to post the names of everyone involved. That's what she did. She posted the name of everyone who joined her in storming that church. Isn't that great? And she called it her God given wisdom. God given wisdom. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Yeah. Samael, listen. Oh, see. But you know what I've seen is that a lot of modern Christians say they don't want to go back to old ways. They don't want to be seen as violent. But I'm like, listen, it's not violence when you are being attacked. I think the whole country, the world, in fact, would recognize when a group is being attacked. If you're being attacked, it is time for you to fight back. Do not allow that. Don't, I would, look, any group shouldn't allow that. But especially Christians, this is your country. This is your country. This is your, like, then just to be disrespected. I mean, come on. No, you shouldn't tolerate it. No, no. Don Lemon is going to enjoy dropping the soap in showers. He'll drop it on purpose. He'll throw it, in fact. He'll be like, oh oops. Oops. Where'd the soap go? I better bend over and look for it. My God. God, my neck. Sorry, guys. I am just all kinds of broke down today, aren't I? True, Sam. Muslims would fight to the death to defend their religion, and that's why no one F's with them. But the thing is, well, I think that's part of it. But also, it's just like Christians should be that way. Christians should do the same. And I just, yeah. Suka says he's all giggling. Oh my gosh. He'd be like, oh my gosh. You won't hear any screaming in that shower. You hear nothing but giggling. What's happening? Why is there so much laughing in the men's shower? Oh, Don Lemon dropped the soap. He's having a good time. Gosh. All right, next. I'll give you guys something else. Whew, that was kind of a hard one to start with. Oh, my neck hurts. I mean, it's kind of hard to start with stories like that because they really get me triggered. I'm just, yeah, I get mad. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, do you guys wait? This is just really quick. Do you guys remember last year? Early last year, I gave you guys a story about this teen. There was a teenager who, um, he murdered his parents because of Trump. Do you guys remember that? We talked about it last year, early last year. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of refreshment. 18-year-old Nikita Kasep. He pled guilty to the charges of murdering his parents back in February 2025, last year. The FBI's affidavit from last April revealed that the teenager killed his parents so that he could use their money to fund his plan to kill President Trump. He killed his parents so that he could use their money to kill the president of the United States. Do you guys remember? Yeah, you guys remember. Okay, I have an update on this story thanks to Larry, because Larry found this And old Blindy, get it together, old Blindy. Get it, old Blindy, tighten up. We're moving on. We're moving on. Okay. All right. So this kid, he okay, so last year he killed his parents. He got arrested. He went through trial, and now I have an update. He was also connected to a so-called neo-Nazi group called Terrorgram. Not Instagram, but Terrorgram. And this is a group that is linked to several criminal cases worldwide, including at least 3 mass shootings. But in this teenager's manifesto, he asserted that, that killing the president would foment a political revolution in the United States. Foment a political revolution in the United States and quote unquote save the white race from Jewish controlled politicians. Now, kid, I understand. But the way you're trying to get things done was not the way to do it. He's talking about trying to save the white race from Jewish controlled politicians. Listen, I kind of get where he was going on that one. I kind of understand. But killing your parents, kid, I mean, come on. Killing your parents so that you could use their money to. How far did you really think you were going to get? But anyway, a witness told investigators that this kid, sorry guys, my neck, that this kid was in communication with a man in Russia through the app Telegram, which they used to plot the overthrow of the United States and then ultimately assassinate the United States President, Mr. Trump. Nikita will be sentenced in the Waukesha County Court in March. So he's about to have his R's handed to him. He is probably going to get the death sentence. I mean, terrorism, plans to assassinate the president. I don't see this, he killed his parents. I don't see this going well for him at all, which is kind of good. I mean, it's kind of a good thing. But the bad thing is his age, being so young and so dumb. It's really sad. I mean, it's really sad. But that's not the First Amendment. The amendment only prevents government interference. I only mention this because there's talk of invoking it when Le Monde and company aren't acting on behalf of the government. Okay, so I guess you guys are in a full-on conversation about something else. Okay. Old Blindy said, I put out nice carpeting and clean the bathroom in the naughty corner for the next time Aaron gets in there. Okay, I appreciate that. I'm gonna try to keep her out, but listen, if she just listen, I have a lot of rules for Aaron, okay? If she doesn't make food the way I need it to be made, if she doesn't cover her hair when she's cooking, if she doesn't, wash the dishes, I just Aaron is going to have to be put in the naughty corner. I can't let her get away with it. This is how America fell, and I'm not going to allow it here. I'm just not going to allow it. Letting your women get away with things is the way the countries fall. That's how a whole nation falls, a whole race of people falls. I mean, you gotta keep it tight, keep it right. And I gotta keep Aaron on a tight leash. If she tries to vote, God forbid if she tries to freaking vote, I'd have to backhand her. I can't, then it's naughty corner and a backhand. See, I don't want to, poor Aaron. Oh, I love it. Oh, you guys know I love her so much though, right? But like I said, we got to run a tight ship over here. We got to run a tight ship over here, okay? Hey? Try to deport her. She's Canadian. Hey, listen. We're going to get that Canadian right on about her. She's going to be American by the time we're done with her. D-Day is like, here, facts. Like, damn straight. All right, so here we go. Let's move on. Uh, Ice Baby. So as you guys know, here we go. Everybody take a breather, take a minute. Homeland Security, ICE, whatever you want to call them, Ice Baby, they have been completely dominating the news cycles ever since Renee Good was killed. You guys know that. After she tried to run over that ICE agent and got what was coming to her. Mm-hmm. But each day has started off with a new story from an ICE agency or, ICE region. Okay. Now, it's always one more outlandish than the other. Okay. And with everything from judges, once again, of course, trying to interfere with ICE from the bench, innocent people getting attacked, and so on and so forth, and anti-ICE rioters, it doesn't seem like it's ever going to end. And this is just what it is. But here we go. They're trying to say that ICE is supposed to start wearing QR code badges on their uniforms. QR code badges on their uniforms. Why? Hear me out. Here it is. Democrat representative, of course, Democrat Representative Richie Torres. Richie Torres is introducing the Quick Recognition Act. Now, this is a bill aimed at allowing citizens to identify the masked ICE agents via QR codes on their uniforms. That once you take a picture of it, it will lead the citizens to a website containing that officer's name and badge number. Okay. This bill has already gone viral online, but not the way you think it means. It didn't go well. It was not positive. Okay. Here it is. Some people took to their social media to mock the bill, citing the annoyance of QR codes on restaurant menus to its practical use and calling it so-called easy to do when someone is pointing a gun at you. Because listen, even if an ICE agent has a QR code with all of his information right there, you got to get close enough to get that picture to be clear. You got to get close enough to that guy to get that picture. Now, I don't see that happening without ICE agents pointing lead at your head. Okay. You try to get close enough to try to take pictures of their QR codes and see what happens. But here it is. Another commentator responded that they would have to, quote unquote, watch a 10-second fan fuel ad after attempting to scan the QR code while the agent is choking them. Listen, listen. They finally look, they got the picture. They're like, oh, I got the picture. And then while they're getting choked, they're like, please watch this ad while we connect your. They're like, oh, I'm looking at it. I'm looking. I just, I can't. Listen, good luck, okay. Now, there are many more negative posts aimed at the bill, okay, proving that Torres's virtue signal is a failure. It is also important to highlight that as of November 2025, Torres is facing a primary challenge by Democrat Socialist of America organizer, public defender, and community board member Delorny Nemorin, who claims that Torres cares more about his donors than his constituents. And see, for people trying to constantly expose ICE agents, they're constantly trying to get their information. Oh, we're going to come after them. We're going to do dakata. We're going to do this and do that. Listen, you're not going to think you're not going to do what you think you're going to do. You're really not. You're not. You're not. Because most of America doesn't see ICE agents as evil. Most of America doesn't see it that way. You're not going to do what you think you're going to do. If you really think that you're going to pull up at an ICE agent's house and, oh, show him who's boss because, oh, did he deport Jose Rodriguez down the street, and you want to show him who's boss? Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. So basically, the attempt is they just want to scare the ICE agents into thinking, oh, my job is unsafe now because people will have my name. These people are so, yes, D-Day, more doxing faggotry. Exactly. Government sanctioned doxing. It's not going to end well. I know. Allowing harassment. That for people to know how much an ICE agent costs. He says, I thought white people can't be victims. No, I listen. Apparently they can. Miss Renee Good. But remember, she's a white woman. It's white men that can't be victims. She's a woman, so she can be a victim. The hypocrisy is just so stupid. But anyway, if this news report is true, then things have gotten much more dangerous for ICE agents. According to the news article, Dominic Skinner, the founder of the quote unquote ICE list, he revealed that a Department of Homeland Security whistleblower leaked sensitive information about 4,500 ICE and Border Patrol employees, which includes, mind you, 2,000 frontline enforcement agents. These are frontline men. These are the men that die first when our country gets attacked. And you are trying to expose 2,000 out of those 4,500 Border and ICE Patrol agents, but 2,000 of them are frontline men. The men who have dedicated their lives, who have promised to give their life on the front lines of our nation. And you are saying, oh, we're going to dox them because we don't like that they're deporting Jose. What is wrong with people, man? The information includes the ICE agents and Border Patrol's names, their photographs, their employment history, their work email addresses, their phone numbers, their job roles, and resume formatted background information. Now, this person, Skinner, Dominic Skinner, he claimed that the major data breach was an accountability initiative, basically saying, oh, well, we want to make sure that ICE agents are held accountable. He's saying that this was an accountability initiative that was the group's largest employee data breach since the group began their operation. And he also asserted that this data leak is a reflection with growing dissatisfaction inside and outside of government. Now, this is all before using the old Renee Good self-defense shooting as an excuse. He's saying, if we don't keep our ICE agents and Border Patrol agents accountable, then more people like Renee Good will die. No. What we're not going to do is act like more people are going to die at the hands of ICE agents. You're only going to die if you're trying to kill other people. You're only going to die if you don't know how to handle your emotions. That's the only time you're going to end up getting hurt. Renee Good is not a victim. But anyway, and here's the quote. This is what Skinner said, Dominic Skinner. He said, and I quote, It is a sign that people aren't happy within the United States government, clearly. The shooting of Goose was the last straw for many, many people. Sorry, this shooting of Good. The shooting of Good was the last straw for many, many people. So many, many people were on their last straw when Renee Good got shot. So people were literally, no, hear me out. People were literally on their last straw. They just had enough of ice. They had enough so much that they were on their last straw when Renee Good got shot and dealt with very appropriately. And if you might add, if I might add, it was very appropriate. But he's saying, oh, people were already so tired of ICE. Oh, were you really? Were you really? Hmm. Dominic Skinner told the news outlet that his database will include information on about 1,800 field agents and on about 150 of their supervisors, with 80% of them appearing to still be employed by DHS, the Department of Homeland Security. The first batch of names is expected to drop on Tuesday night. It was reported that Dominic Skinner is currently in possession of details on 2,000 of those employees, but he chose not to release the names. Now he's equipped with about 6,500 names, majority of which Skinner claims his group can verify and will release once he does. He's also arguing that both Border Patrol and ICE need systemic reform. He said, and I quote, ICE and the Border Patrol are in clear need of reform. And I believe working for either of them is a bad move on a moral level. Dominic Skinner stated that there are limits to what he's about to do, which is likely illegal. Sorry, what he's about to do is likely illegal. Roles like child care workers and nurses serve as examples that may hold the group back from publishing the names of the people in those roles. Skinner told this interviewer that he, quote unquote, has no plans of stopping, and that the only way the agents and the other employees can protect their identities is to quit their jobs. If you want to protect your identity, then just quit. Don't be a nice agent. Don't work for Border Patrol. And he promised that he would remove their names from the site if they quit. Dominic Skinner framed his act of terrorism as, quote unquote, the way to pressure the Department of Homeland Security by highlighting what he says are unlawful actions and a lack of accountability. Hey, listen, all I have to say is that, listen, if something happens to this person, to this Dominic Skinner person, that's just the way that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Because listen, you don't mess with people like that. You being upset, you being butthurt that laws exist in this nation and that people are putting their lives on the line to make sure that the laws are enforced. If you got a problem with that and you're so butthurt about it and you're so whiny, blah, 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 you need to figure that out with you and your mama. Your mama and papa, they did something wrong by raising you. But that is not something that you put people who are not breaking laws, who are living, trying to protect their nation and their families. You do not put those people in a position where they have to be afraid to do their job. That is their job. I mean, And the fact that we know who this person is, we know his first and last name, Dominic Skinner. The fact that we know this person's name and he's not arrested for treason. I mean, he should be arrested for treason. He's acting against America. That's treason. You're acting against us. In the better interest of America, you're acting in against us. So that's something. I don't see how he's not arrested. I think that we should all call for the arrest of this Dominic Skinner. Because who is he to try to intimidate, terrorize? And I know you guys might say, oh, well, even if we arrest him, I'm sure he has a successor. Because, you know, like when you cut the snake's head, 2 other heads grow. That's fine. We'll arrest them all. But this is not something that we should allow. We should not allow this type of terrorism against people doing their jobs. That's not what you do. Hold on, guys. Okay. I have something else. Okay. The last thing I have for you guys is regarding the Clintons. You guys remember last week we were talking and we were saying that the Clintons, like if they didn't go to Congress, that they would be arrested, that, you know, Congress would put a warrant out for their arrest and so on and so forth. Well, apparently they're acting up. They're still defying Congress. So the Clintons have defied the Congress again. Days ago, the Clintons were due to appear before the Congressional Committee. They were due to appear before the Congressional Committee, who gave them a rain check on an originally scheduled December appearance. Okay, they ignored the subpoena completely. They acted like they didn't even get it. They're like, oh, we never got it. We never got the subpoena. We didn't even know. So now Congress gave them another chance and they ignored it again. They ignored the new subpoena, prompting House Oversight Chair James Comer to say that the Clintons will be held in contempt after it became clear clear to the chair that neither Bill nor Hill had any intention on appearing. Instead of appearing as ordered, the Clintons took to Twitter, or now X. They took to X via Hillary to explain their decision, which could get them placed in handcuffs, by the way. In the letter on X, Hillary lectured the chairman on his actions, as she so perceives it, rather, concerning the Epstein investigation, like, quote unquote, pursuing auto pens instead of penning laws Americans need. And even cited the recent the ICE self-defense shooting. She's even talking about the Renee Good or whatever heck her name is. Listen, I don't even want to know that chick's name anymore. Do you guys know what I mean? I can't believe I've had to say this chick's name so many times in the last 2 weeks. I don't want to even know her freaking name anymore. You guys know what I'm talking about? But anyway, Hillary is starting to lecture the chairman, saying, oh, well, look what's going on with ICE. Look what's going on with Renee Good. Look what's going on with you guys. Instead of making laws that Americans need, you guys are coming after Epstein. What does this stuff have to do with anything? Come on. Oh, come on. And listen, she accused the ICE agent of killing an unarmed mother. Oh! No. That woman was a mother. A mother effer, you mean? A mother effer? Mother effer? Because she was a lesbo? Huh? A mother effer, you mean? No. She accused the ICE agent of being oh my God, my words are so messed up. But Hillary Clinton accused the ICE agent of being a mother killer. And may have even issued what looks like a threat on behalf of American citizens towards the chairman. It seems like she threatened the chairman. And here's the part where she said that feels like a threat. She said, and I quote, "They continue to abet the dismantling of America, and you will learn that it takes more than a wrecking ball to demolish what Americans have built over the last 250 years." What do you mean by you will learn? What do you mean, Hillary? How will the chairman learn? Why don't you enlighten the class? How will the chairman learn whatever you're talking about? How is he going to learn? Oh my God. She's pretty much threatening him. But anyway, Bill and Hill, the Clintons, also declared that the subpoena against them is legally invalid and selectively enforced. There were also reports that Hillary Clinton was preparing to throw her husband, Bill, under the bus. And it is believed that the two are headed for divorce after 50 long years of marriage. You guys know that Bill and Hill haven't been married since the 90s. Those two have not been married since the 90s. You guys remember when Obama was president and Hillary was sent around the world? Do you know what Bill was doing the whole time when Hillary was thrown around the world by Obama? Mm-hmm. Do you guys know what Bill was doing? I'm not even gonna say. But anyway, those two have not been married since the 90s. Okay, let's get it real. Like, let's come on. A bad mother at best. Listen, I don't want to. If you are a mother and you are showing your child that there can be two mommies or two daddies, I don't know. I don't know what to say for you. I just don't know what to say for you. I don't consider that good parenting. I just don't. I just call the skank George Floyd. So do I. So do I. I call her George Floyd. I mean, it is what it is. Like, what? What am I supposed to shed a tear? Am I supposed to shed a tear? No, I saw the video. I saw the video. I saw what she did. I'm not. What? Am I supposed to cry? Why? Because she's a woman? Huh? Is she what? Cry because she's a woman? Get out of here. No. I saw what she did. She ran over that man. That man was hanging off the hood of her vehicle. Look at that, Mr. American Patriot. I had my charger with me. I didn't even have to get up to go charge it. Ha. So you can't talk about me today. It says Monica didn't kill their marriage. She just exposed them. Monica Lewinsky did nothing wrong. Monica Lewinsky. Listen. Let my girl go. Let my girl live. She did nothing wrong. Monica Lewinsky did nothing wrong. You guys are not gonna let me. You guys are not gonna tell me anything else. I don't care what anybody says. She did nothing wrong. Renee, not good. Oh, Suka Manuka says if Hillary finally gets arrested, that'll be great. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. I mean, it should have happened when she still had a little bit more life in her left. You know what I mean? But like right now, she's all shriveled up and she's a raisin. Like, even if she were to be imprisoned at this age, I'd be like, she's not losing.
Okay, she dropped out. She'll be back in a second. You hit the button, didn't you?
Sorry, guys. I literally look. So I used these two fingers and swiped on my pad thingy, and it just took me off. I was like, what? I was like, where'd my friends go? Anyway, Yes, yes, I did get my charger. Is it the end of the world? Stop it. Stop it. Says Monica was cramped beneath the resolute desk, satisfying Sleek Willie. Listen, Monica is the reason why we're not in World War III. Monica Lewinsky, Monica Lewinsky saved us from being attacked by by the terrorists earlier. It would have happened earlier if it weren't for Monica Lewinsky. Monica Lewinsky, she saved America. She saved America. Listen, she did nothing wrong. Oh my god. Listen, she saved America. Listen, one one knee at a time. One kneeling session at a time. She saved America. We lost her. Lewinsky on we lost a great great hero. Lewinsky. No. She was on her knee. She was on her knees for the good of the nation. We'll never know the wars that she prevented. Oh my god, I cannot. No. No. Stop. I'm gonna wake up the whole house. Stop it. Oh my god, I'm gonna wake up the whole house. She was praying missionary style. Oh my god. She was. Stop. Oh my god, there's so many guns in my room. Oh my god. Oh my god, I gotta stop. Listen, stop. Listen. I gotta go. You guys are gonna get me in trouble. All right, bye. I'm going to bed. Listen, it's a school night. It's a school night. All of you guys need to go to sleep. Oh my god. Go to sleep. It's a school night, guys. It's a school night. No, you guys, it's you guys. I'm not doing this. That's you guys. Good night. Good night. Good night. I look, the house is waking up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Good night. Okay, listen. I will see you guys soon, probably Saturday. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Have a good week. And listen, Monica Lewinsky, she didn't do nothing wrong. She didn't do nothing wrong. Listen, and then everybody was like, look, she's okay. I'm sorry. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. She did nothing wrong. She didn't do nothing wrong. Good night.